Well, everybody tells me I look young, but I'll be 72 this fall. And I just felt, I've had a wonderful career, but I just felt that I wanted to retire before I stuck around too long, and people would have said, well, he should have retired 2 years ago. I still love what I'm doing, but I think the time is right to retire. I started my training in February of '66 at Marvell Beauty School, and I graduated that fall. And then I went to work for Miss Evelyn, who at that time was probably the best place to work. And I worked for her for about 5 years. And then I went into partnership with another guy that I was in partnership until 1990. And then in 1990, I moved over to this location, and I've been here ever since.
When I started out with him, he was a very young man working for a woman named Miss Evelyn, who had a hairdresser called Town and Country. She was the guru of hairdressers in town. And I guess I wasn't coloring my hair or anything elaborate like that. So she gave me away to her youngest employee, who happened to be Don, and he was probably 21, 22 years old at the time.
Back in the early later 60s, it was all roller sets and pin curls and very structured done hair. And then when I was working with Miss Evelyn, she took a class from Vidal Sassoon, and that was when the geometric cuts and the blow drying first started, so she really introduced that. And then we went through the Farrah Fawcett looks, the shag looks, the long straight looks that you can never get hair straight enough. And then we've gone into hair now that is very unstructured, tousled looking and very natural looking.
I think the first 20 years I went to him, he didn't talk at all. Then he kind of got used to us. I don't know, he must have at least 40 clients who have been going there for years and years and years, because once you go to him, you don't quit.
I guess I've been good to them and they've been good to me, so yeah, I don't know how I've maintained them that long, but I always say that my clients are my best advertising, and I think maybe that says something for me, I'm not sure.
A hairdresser is a very personal thing for a woman, and once you get someone who knows you and knows your hair, then it's a very relaxing thing to do. With Don, I can go in, he can cut my hair perfectly in 15 or 20 minutes. I never spend more than 3/4 of an hour there, maybe an hour if I'm talking a lot. And, it's a really pleasant part of my day. So that makes it special, and especially when you feel comfortable with someone like that, In fact, I think he knows more about my life than anybody else in the world, which is a little dangerous, but because he's shy, I don't think he tells many people about it.
I learned very early in my career, a client would tell me something and I might blurt it out to somebody else, and then I realized that person knew the person that told me that, so I don't, what goes on behind the chair stays behind the chair.
I always told Don that not to retire because I'd have to die, because I don't think I can train another hairdresser, but I'm going to try.
I've gone through so many of the clients that have had babies, they've graduated, they've had weddings, they had divorces, they've had funerals. They've moved around the country and they've come back. I'm going to miss the social aspect with the clients.